What if I told you that Satan didn't act against God, but for him? It sounds impossible. After all, Satan is the enemy of God, the deceiver, the tempter, the fallen one. But in the book of Job, something unexpected happens. Satan appears before God, not as an outlaw, but as part of a heavenly meeting. And instead of rebuking him, God talks to him. Then the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" Job 1 verse 7. And what happens next has puzzled believers for centuries. Is Satan rebelling, or is he carrying out God's will? Let's unravel the paradox. In the opening of Job, we're taken to a mysterious courtroom scene. The sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. The text says, "And among them comes Satan." Now, notice, God doesn't say, "What are you doing here?" He simply asks where he's been. Satan replies, "From roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth in it." Then, God himself brings up Job. "Have you considered my servant Job? There is none like him, blameless, upright, fearing God and shunning evil." But Satan challenges that, does Job fear God for nothing? You've blessed him. Take it all away, and he'll curse you to your face. And here's the moment everything changes. God gives permission. "Behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on him." So Satan attacks his wealth, his family, his health, but not without God's approval. The shocking truth? Every test Satan gives happens within the limits God sets. Here's the paradox. If God is good, why allow such suffering? Job loses everything, not because he sinned, but because he was righteous. So we must ask, if Satan needed permission, is he truly acting independently? Isaiah 45 verse 7 says, "I form light and create darkness. I make peace and create calamity. I, the Lord, do all these things." Could it be that Satan, the one we see as evil, is still somehow part of a divine plan? A tool used for testing, not destroying? Different interpretations try to explain this mystery. The traditional view says, Satan is the enemy. God allows him temporary power to prove that Job's faith is real. That worship isn't based on blessings. But some scholars see something deeper. They point out that in Hebrew, the word Satan literally means the accuser, not necessarily a proper name, but a role. In other words, in the book of Job, the Satan might not be a fallen angel at all, but a heavenly prosecutor testing humanity's righteousness under God's command. It's not a war between equals. It's a divine courtroom, and Satan is simply doing his job, testing, accusing, revealing what's hidden in the heart. Then comes the theological paradox. God allows evil but never loses control of it. Satan may strike, but only within boundaries God defines. So when Satan works, is he really working for himself or for God's greater plan? The story of Job isn't just about suffering, it's about purpose in suffering. Satan may appear to act freely, but the book of Job reminds us that nothing moves without divine permission. So, does Satan work against God, or does he unknowingly serve God's purpose, testing faith, revealing truth, and proving devotion? What do you think? Is Satan God's enemy, his instrument, or both? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.